YouTube Nation, Main Event TV, aka Me TV, aka The Great Destroyer, aka The Ambassador, aka The King of Southtown. Now, before we get started, I know it's been a while. I know a lot of things have been said about me since I've been gone, but as you can see, in the event of people saying that my demise has been greatly exaggerated. But before we get started, I would just hope that everyone is safe right now due to the fact that this whole pandemic thing going on. They don't know whether it's going to be, phase red, yellow, green, purple, whatever the case they want to count out. They don't know what the hell's going on. So still, please, even if you're in green, please wear your mask. Be safe, all right? Today, we're going to start with, today is the Juneteenth, right? So it's Freedom Day, Freedom Fine, because today is a Gundam Day, which means we got Freedom Gundam here, Gundam Freedom Strike, whatever you want to call it. We're going to start off this way. For those who don't know, who weren't at the stream when we were doing this during the new Gundam game that's coming out very, very soon, and it was July 30th, all right? I did a stream for it, did great, had a lot of fun. This Gundam Extreme versus Maxi Boost, all right? Let's just get this straight, all right? First off, it's an older game, all right? Faster game than Gundam Versus. I had a chance to play this game, the honor to play this game at Otakon, and I always felt after I played it, I was like, why are we still playing Gundam Versus? Why don't we get this? And this is an older version, but getting a slight update for those who don't know, all right? Let's get started, all right? This will have 185 units. That's right. That means 185, characters to pick from, and we're hopefully, because we saw it last time, hopefully Bandai Namco, I hope you're listening, all right, call me. At this point, they should be having DLC and bundle packs. Now, as you know, for the last one of the Gundam Versus, they didn't have these things. They didn't have them due to the fact that they wanted to try and sell you each Gundam specifically for $4.99, which, as you know, not all the Gundams were worth it, all right? So they just wanted to keep milking you and milking you and milking you. And on top of this, especially when it came to tournament play, when it came to esports, because remember, they wanted to make this an esport. All right? They wasn't giving out, developer keys, weren't giving out the keys for the tournament play the entire time. So you had to play with the base Gundam, or most of the Gundams, base Gundams and their base strikers. So this time around, hopefully, that won't happen due to the fact that community manager is now gone. Okay? Hopefully that won't be a thing. So let's get started. Since we have been in closed beta, which I will say today, if you didn't know, I said today is Gundam Day. It is an open beta starting today. That's right. I will put that up later. All right. Let y'all know exactly the dates, when you can play, when you can't play. But before we even get to that point, okay? Let's talk about the media. Now, y'all know that I have jumped on the media time and time again, especially when it comes to this Gundam thing. You know that I made a video, going against the media. And then after that, even a year later, I challenged the media, not because I hate them, but hey, because we want to bring you in and show you how to play since you have this endless bitching of not knowing how to play. Well, guess what? It happened again during closed beta. Some jackhole decided to write a review saying that if you use, and I quote, if you use, or should I say paraphrasing at this point, if you use melee only suit against a ranged Gundam, you might as well just call it a day. Just shut it down. Shut it all down. That's what they're saying. This is exactly what was said. Now, fortunately, when this was written, I want to say that at this point, I had nothing to do with this, all right? Not me. I didn't have to go at anybody. I had to say anything. The community caught on to this one, as opposed to what they did with Gundam Versus. They caught on to this one, and everybody was pretty much in unison saying to the writer, just get good. You don't know what you're doing. Get good. So again, if any writer has a problem, whether closed beta, open beta, full release game, whatever you want to write a review on, if you don't know how to play, just ask. We will help you. We'll help you learn. You don't have to bury a game just because you decide you suck at it. That's not how it works, okay? Get good. That's simple. Oh, I forgot when I say that, I'm harassing people, right? Isn't that what they said? So, yeah, I don't understand this, all right? See, I feel good being back because I think this needs to be said, So, let's get into it, shall we? So, with that said, for those who have not seen the footage or from my stream or just the gameplay in general, how fast this game is, let's look at a couple of the dogfights, and they're quick because you have to have really quick reactions to this. For most people who don't know, most people in Japan play in with an arcade stick, and that's tougher to play with than a controller.
Oh goodness,
Get shot down, Phantom. I'm saying. Eat some of that bridge.
And the bridge.
You know it was coming. You knew it was coming.
Yeah, I know. I never always fall for it, so. Gosh,
Get this dig.
So
Get this dig. Get this combo. Full combo.
Help me.
Get that dig. He's yelling for help. I told y'all, you're not going to get someone of the ambassador. You're not going to get shot again. Down. Let's go. Here it comes. You get shot too. You can use your destiny. I don't care. Oh. Is that full combo? Okay. Is that full combo? Nope. I boosted out. Oh, no. He's down.
You shot me out of a combo.
Yo, get out of my man's like that. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Eat a bridge. Okay, they're doubling up on you. Watch him. They're coming for you. He's down. Hard knockdown. He's on extend now. Both of them are extend. I'm down. He's still won.
I killed a man and fucking Jane got me explosive.
Gun ease? Gun ease?
Because they were posting memes.
Because they were posting memes, yeah. Okay. He's got gun ease out here. You got gun ease out here. You serious, bro? This is not tournament play. It's not the same as versus. This is not tournament play, bro. Like, see?
Damn it.
God damn it, Gundam X.
Yeah, you got to keep him in check.
I'm trying to. That seems like a double up, to be honest. You
Watch your back. Here goes.
I see him. I got shot from behind. I still had him. Even in this extend, I still had him. Here I come. We're not having that. No. Get off my mans like that. Welcome to the jam, son. Do I got a happy birthday? Do I have a happy birthday? Oh, I thought I did. I thought I had a happy birthday.
There we go. Got him. X is down.
Oh, good. I thought I had a happy birthday for a minute there. I was getting a little too excited. He's down. Damn, he just hit me.
Watch for the satellite cannon.
He already hit me with the satellite cannon. He hit me with it already. He has priority on shooting and on melee. Oh, yeah. He's got priority in general. I'm not worried about it. Gun ease is the lowest, so I'm not worried about it. I'm down. We win. It's all right. Gun ease was lowest. I'm not worried about it. Good shot. It goes to show you that you really have to be on the level with this game. And as you see, if you get in the corner, you can be pretty screwed if you don't stay in focus. And also, another thing about this, if you don't, and I'm going to say this because a lot of people like to quit in the middle of the games, I don't care how far you're down, keep playing. Show your heart. Because if you don't, all right, you're going to miss on a great opportunity. There's times where you're going to see some good comebacks. Okay, well, he didn't fire, but I'm dead. Okay, no problem. Y'all really thought, oh, wow, we're in trouble. Yo, what's going on here? I stay down. Nope, staying down. You using full cloth? Are you using full?
Shit.
Yo, get off my mans. Get off my mans. Is he using full cloth? No, he walked right into it. I got him.
Oh, my goodness.
He walked into it. He recovered. Get shot.
God dang it.
He's coming down on me. Getting out of here. I saw that.
Oh shit, he shot me out of super. Damn you.
Oh, did he nuke?
Joy.
Did he nuke?
I can nuke, yes.
Eat a bridge. Get out of here. Get shot down.
Oh goodness, your beam harmonica.
I'm coming for it. I'm coming. Don't worry, I got you. I'm watching you back. He's beaming me from behind, but okay. Watch my back. Watch my back. He got me again.
Oh no.
Don't worry about it. I got him.
I got knocked down.
I got him. He's on his stand right now. It's all right. Here I come.
Nuke's out.
Oh, you got him. Nice. Nice. We were both after him. If you weren't getting him, I was coming for him.
Hold on. Damn, I got
forced to come back now. Forced to come back. Who is hitting me from behind? I don't like it.
Okay, I'm down.
Oh, you're down? All right.
Who's my partner?
I will handle all this. I am the Great Destroyer. Thank you. I got two on me. Where you going? He's playing distance game. He's playing distance game. He's got custom.
Nuke's out.
Who's? I'm staying down. I'm not getting hit by that nuke. Whoa. Goodbye. See ya. And then there'll be times where you fall short. Our asses kicked this round, dude. That Tallgeese is no joke, man.
He waited all the way until my shot.
What do you gotta think, Cody? Oh, there's lag spike.
Lag spike.
Yeah, and I got hit by 3 shots because of that. You have to understand, Cody's, all right, he's down.
And
We're not done yet.
Watch your back. Watch
I
your
got
back.
him! Yes! We're back in the game, baby! Let's go! Let's go!
Let's go. Let's
We're
go.
back!
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
We got it!
Oh no.
That was so close. So the game really tests your mettle. It really does, because as far as I'm concerned, it's really like, are you going to fold or are you going to win? Like, even if you're down, you don't quit fighting. Even if your opponent is good, you don't quit fighting, because you never know what's going to happen. So you have to stay focused. This game really tests how much heart you have. So as far as, especially how fast-paced it is, you don't have time to be, flopping around and throwing controllers and carrying. You don't have that type of time. You have to be ready at all times, because you never know what's going to happen. So with that said, let's get started on some of the issues, shall we? All right, so some of the issues that we're having, all right? During closed beta, I want to talk about, I want to talk about lag problems and spiking. We had a number of problems with lag, and spikes when it came to playing, against just people in a different state, let alone, imagine if you're playing somebody from a different country. So this is what we ran into. We had some invitation crashes during, invite, against, a double X player, was using Arch Gundam. It was on the Extreme stage in Extreme Universe. We thought that it's possible that if you change your VPN and your location, that this is something that will probably fix itself, but we're not sure. We have run into a number of these type of issues. Matter of fact, I made sure that I show you some footage of these type of issues when these things happen. So let's take a look at that, shall we? I mean, why not?
oh,
Leg spike. Oh, still lag spike. I can't do anything. I'm stuck.
okay.
Oh, look at the lag spiking. See, this is what I'm talking about.
Goodness.
I hope y'all see this. This lag spiking. I can't even move.
Seriously.
Synchronize the connection. I hope y'all see this.
Everything.
Yeah,
I
y'all
can't
lag
even
hard.
move.
I just seen it on
Lag
the screen.
hard. Lag hard or die trying. That's what this is right now. I hope y'all see this.
Moving in frames.
Live
heard that.
free or lag hard. That's what this is right now. I can't move. Where's Bruce Willis at? I can't do anything. I can't do anything.
I'm just eating shots.
All I know is I killed Doma,
All
I
right,
think.
now it's back. Now I'm fine. It's back.
Oh,
It was. We're going to have a talk about that with Bandai Namco. We're going to have to. That was half a match because no one could move.
I'll join this next. Oh, y'all already in battle again.
Yeah, we went right in the battle
goes to
again.
show you. So
what do we got? What is it? Team Black against.
I don't even know.
We
What
got the Banshee Norn.
Yeah, Team Lag versus Team Lag. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
You know, the really
Look
sad
at
part about
this.
it too is that the Banshee Norn is even better than just the standard unicorn.
The standard, okay. But look,
Yeah, but it's
there's still lag.
Yeah.
Gets a little annoying, and you know what? I'm not a fan of it, but I'm hoping that soon, with the finished product, because we're not at the finished product yet, and I want to give Bandai Namco a lot of credit. Before I get, start on the rest of this, I want to talk about how in the closed beta, they gave you every Gundam. They didn't just give you a certain pick. They gave you every Gundam and said, hey, look, this is what we're going to give you. Play whatever you want, have whatever you want, do whatever you want. Just let us know if there's any problems. So today, I'm letting you know there's problems. All right? So with that said, let's talk about requests. And I think that's number one thing. I noticed when streaming this game or when people try to have a tournament with this game, other people can't see it unless you are the person that's in the game, which means, I cannot stress this enough, you need a spectator mode. Seriously, like Bandai Namco, whatever you want to call yourself, Bamco, whatever. Understand, you need a spectator mode, especially if you're trying to make this an esport. Making this an esport is not going to help you if people cannot see it. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't work that way. You're making it harder on yourself if you don't have a spectator mode. We've seen Tekken in their spectator modes. We've seen Street Fighter in their spectator mode. We've seen a number of games be able to do this with spectator mode. I don't understand why you have not put this in yet. Now, granted, this is an older game, but you and I both know you can patch that now, can't you? Yeah, you know that. So, with that said, let's go back to what we're talking about with spiking. we're going to talk about something that we need called rollback net code. That's right. As you know, most fighting games have it these days. Why can't we have this in our arena brawler? Why can't we? I'm trying to figure this out because for me, I feel as though it is needed for just the, I'll play this. It should be a standard at this point. It should be. So I feel that spectator mode should be a standard as well. But it seems like people are still behind. If you want games to be successful, you have to put in these options, especially when online play is a big deal. And especially now that people can't go to conventions and play or at majors and tournaments or locals and play because of what's going on in society. Everyone is strictly online. You need to add this in. You have to. It's just something you got to do. All right? With that said, custom soundtracks. Now, for those who don't know, this game does have custom soundtracks. All right? However, I am only saying this due to the fact that you have to understand that Gundam Versus didn't have custom soundtracks. They only had their games. So if I play this, if you played on Twitch or you uploaded something onto YouTube or whatever, here they come. Here they come to get you because of the fact that the music's in the game. They come to get you. This one has custom soundtracks, so you can do whatever you want. It has default music, which is fine, this one. But maybe we should take this just a little bit further, all right? How about you let us put in the Spotify app and do it that way? I mean, sounds like a good idea, but I mean, I'm not particularly like, hard on it, like I won't give in on this one. I think my biggest two fights in this one has to be spectator mode and the rollback netcode. But, that's how it goes, So, we have more requests here, okay? So, a better tutorial. Now, I will say this due to the fact that if you are a beginner, you're not going to catch the hang of this right away. Journalists last time with Gundam Versus complained so much about there not being a tutorial mode or a story mode, and they don't realize that it's an arcade brawler. It is built for arcade play. It's not built for story mode, so you're not going to get a story mode. But again, you have to understand that this is something that I think needs to be done. So, a better tutorial, in-depth tutorial, you should, I'll play this. When I'm thinking tutorial mode, I'm thinking something along the lines of how Skullgirls did their tutorial mode. All right? Give people time to learn. They should learn how to do their burst tutorials, their in-depth tutorials, how to parry, how to counter, how to block. We will get into all that. Matter of fact, let's talk about that right now. Let's just get to that right now. All right? Blocking assist. I say this only for newcomers, okay? So instead of, now for those who don't know, when you block in this game, you got to hit down and up. All right, down and up. Don't worry to block. If you're a beginner, you should only have to hit flick up or down. All right, for a novice, of course. For a regular, we can call it persist block, which is hit down and up. Same thing. You know what I mean? But if you're a veteran at it, it's not gonna be a problem for you. Most people don't even block anyway. But if you're of course, if you're a beginner, you want to have ease your way into this. This is not. It's okay. I'll say it. It's kind of like hand holding. All right, but still, I think it's best that people get the most of the experience that they can so they can move on step by step. Like I said, that was a problem that journalists had last time, and I feel this is the best way to clearly, to solve that problem. So we won't have these problems again like in Gundam Versus. I don't want to see when this game comes out the same bitching and moaning that we saw with the last product. All right? That I don't want to see that. So these are ways to improve the game and improve, relations with your gamers, all right? I won't even say journalists. I'll just say with your gamers because the journalists, sometimes it's not enough for them. You know what I mean? So you just got to worry about your core base. So with that said, all right, let's talk about down boosting. God damn it, let me talk about down boosting. First off, in Gundam Versus, there's down boosting, okay? So you can get down quicker. You're not dead in the water. You can move faster. In Extreme Versus, there's no down boosting. There's no down boosting. And for me, it's like, I'm kind of screwed, but still, you adapt, but still, I miss down boosting. However, if we bring back down boosting, I would say the red controls, should be known as new type. Legacy controls could be, as for those who don't know, a lot of these people, as you heard in the video earlier, probably when I was playing, when you saw the gameplay, a lot of people, especially in Japan, here some in the US, they play with their fight sticks. So that's like a big thing, simply because the arcade, that's how it's modeled after. So because they use that type of control scheme. So as far as I'm concerned, this is something that I feel as though that should be your legacy mode. I also feel that Gundam Versus, their mode when it came to down boosting, that should be called future type. You know what I mean? So come down. We've had these talks for so much and having these ideas, circulating around the group, that want to make sure that, we get all this out, so that all these suggestions, So let's keep going, shall we? Now, for those who don't know, Gundam Extreme Versus only has 2v2. As opposed to Gundam Versus, the recent one that was just out, had 3v3. I personally would say, I'm just saying, and I believe it had 1v1 at one point, I would say please bring in 1v1 and 3v3. Bring him back. Because you'd be amazed how much carnage that you can settle. I mean, you can create, in 3v3 mode. You really can. There's a lot. So you have to be very fast about it too, because like I said, your team shares a complete life bar. All it takes is, one person to pick a high cost unit, and then it's over. So yeah, it's one of those things where you definitely should bring back 1v1, 3v3, and not have any problems with it. You know what I mean? So far, all we know is that it has 2v2. All right. So let's keep it moving. Co-op couch. That's right. Co-op couch needs to be faster. Now, I don't think people understand that co-op couch, a lot of people feel should be faster, but it is 60 frames per second when you are playing split screen at home. Couch online, I believe it's what couch couch. It needs to be faster and easier for people online. No frame dropping. There's frame dropping, so that's one of the things. That, like I said, this is stuff that I have talked about with other people, and you feel even though it's covered or if it's not covered, still put it out there as a suggestion. All right. So just understand, you could be saying, but event, this is already done. I'm just covering the bases, all right? That's all I'm doing. I'm covering the bases, man. All right, so with that said, all right, AI partner. We need these AI partners, these bots. I say this because if you have a team of two and another person comes in and doesn't have a player, you have to sit and wait until it finds a player. You guys sit and wait. I don't want to sit around and wait. Let me use the bot. Let him be my partner. You know what I mean? And be able to set a difficulty for that bot if that's the case. I shouldn't have to sit around and wait, because God knows how many people are online or who's going to jump in the lobby. You don't know. I shouldn't have to wait for a rando. You know what I mean? Because if not, then I can't play. That doesn't make sense. So you should definitely bring us a bot so we can play with the bot and not have to worry about it when it comes to player matches, okay? Also, we will get in that in a minute. I want to talk about rank play real quick, all right? In Gundam Versus, the original Gundam Versus that came out last year before that, all right, that came to the States, they had a problem with disconnects, all right? You would be playing and something would happen and you would get disconnected and the game would think that you would rage quit. So you would get a 10-minute penalty for rage quitting, even though it was just a disconnect. So that was something on Bandai's end, the game's end, not the user's end. I mean, whether internet goes down or whatever the case may be, you were being penalized for it. You weren't rage quitting, but you would get disconnected and they would penalize you 10 minutes. So then people had to sit and wait for you if you had a small group for 10 minutes. So as far as I'm concerned, I'll put it like this, and this is what we've come up with, all right? Ranked play should not have, should not have a disconnect penalty. It shouldn't, all right? I'm sorry, it should. Sorry, it should have a disconnect penalty. When you're playing ranked play, you should have a penalty for that, all right? When it's player matches, regular player matches, non-ranked, it shouldn't matter. You shouldn't have any disconnect penalty in a player match. Only in a ranked match, not a player match. And it's happened so much during Gundam Versus. We didn't have any experiences during, during Extreme Versus. But when regular Gundam Versus, it was a problem. It was a big problem. All right? So, also, more. Tournament bracket system, please make it almost like Tekken 7. Can you do that? Can you possibly do that when it comes to teams? Because that's the best way, like I said, within spectator mode, it's the best way you can set up your tournaments. It's the best way, all right? Don't leave it to us guys sitting in the tournament, sitting there, writing stuff down or using Smash GG or whatever. It's real simple what to do, especially when you're sitting at home, like I said, since we're in this pandemic, okay? Just saying. Also, here's the problem that I also have. Well, a lot of people complained about this. Every match, should have a save replay ticket. Not every match has one, okay? Not every match. And a lot of people were very upset about that when they talked about it on my stream when we were playing, because they couldn't save everything. They couldn't. So just letting you know, okay? Also, Clash player system when it comes to beam sabers. Now, I understand that sometimes, as you know in the game, if you played the game, if you're a vet, you know that some suits have high priority when it comes to beam sabers. They'll get there faster than you. But there's times you feel, well, I beat him to it and he still got me. And it really pisses you off. I feel if it's at a good amount of time, remember Zone of the Enders? Remember how it was a clash when you would clash with beams and they would go into the function and they would swirl around and clash? I think that is something that should be done in this game. I think that you can add that part, that small system, that small perk into the game, and on top of it, have possibly the characters that you're using as in the suits, talk back to each other back and forth during this time. I feel as though that would make the experience a little bit better when it comes to who's going to get there first. And if you can't decide, clash system. You know what I mean? That's simple. So, with that said, I want to move on to when you can play this game. For those who don't know, if you're still watching this video, you can play it now. That's right, you can play it now. I want you to know that this is the schedule from now to July 25th on when you can play this game for free. That's right, for free. They're not going to shackle you to anything. On weekends, let's check them out. They are literally giving you this game for free every weekend from now till July 25th, so you get used to it. Because, like I said, the full game comes out July 30th. I think this is a great idea when it comes to advertising. This is how you get people to know how your game is good. All right? Seriously, I don't see any problem with this whatsoever. Give you a free game, man. Take advantage of it. Seriously, especially if you're a beginner or whatever. Personally, I think this game is better than Versus because it's a lot faster. There's more units. There's a lot more to do. I like this game better than Versus. That's why I came on today to do this video. But understand, like I said, besides, I'm the Gundam ambassador, and no one said anything different. So while I'm still the Gundam ambassador, let's talk about maybe one or two more things, okay? Since we're talking about this stuff, to make this game pop some more, let's talk some advertising, okay? So check this out. For advertising, Gundam events, let's have some double XP weekends. Seriously, if Overwatch and all of them can do it, why can't Gundam? Seriously, I mean, you can have something like Splatfest or something like they do with, Splatoon. I don't see the problem with that whatsoever. At all. But it seems like no one's really thought about that. Dialogue interaction, I talked about that already, about certain characters. But here's the thing. I feel as though, since we've seen it a lot as of late, we've seen Smash, we've seen all these other games and all. Why can't we have crossover characters, all right, and guest GP unlock? I'm trying to figure this out. I mean, you can do story arc events for this type of stuff. You know what I mean? You story arc events, that was part of the Gundam universe, and you play that part, and you unlock certain characters. You can bring in any other character, as far as I'm concerned. Can you imagine how many different anime characters you could probably bring in just to that world for a crossover event, for a special event or something like that, on a double XP weekend or something to keep people playing? That's how it works. Keep people playing. That is something that needs to be done. Bandai Namco, I'm really hoping that you're listening because you said you wanted feedback, and this is your feedback. I'm your official Gundam, ambassador. No one has said different since. So I'm going to keep saying it until someone proves me wrong. I'm going to keep saying it. But it is good to be back. I hope everyone's okay. I had to come back and do this because I really felt this game could be better. It's a lot faster. It's a lot better. It's more polished than Gundam Versus, which seems like it was walking in the mud now. I can't even go back to Gundam Versus. I'm being spoiled. So it's one of those things where it's like, all right, you know what I mean? Get your group together, get your team together, and get ready to play. There are no excuses unless, and I'll say this, unless you don't have a PlayStation 4 or your PlayStation 4 is busted or you let someone borrow it or whatever the case may be. But other than that, there's no excuses. Get ready for the weekend. Since we're all stuck in the house anyway, get ready for the weekend, all right? Until then, I'll be back with another video soon. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. Try out this Gundam game, man. It's free. I'll talk to you then. I'm out. Goddamn sirens, I don't know if y'all can hear them. Always messing me up.